Okay, guys, just like I did for G.I. Joe Renegades, playing catch up, I'm gonna do it again, once again. So bear with me. I'm gonna kind of talk a little fast, but we're gonna play a very speedy catch up to Transformers Prime that aired this Saturday. Okay, so the last episode I did recap was episode 12, entitled Predatory. Episode 13, entitled Sick Mind. Optimus is infected by a Cybertronian plague. Bumblebee, RC, basically ground bridge to the Nemesis to find a cure. And that's where Bumblebee discovers Megatron had survived his last battle and was recovering in sickbay. Unable to find a cure on the Decepticons' basically computer, Bumblebee offers to use the basically put his psyche patch to enter Megatron's mind. Pretty much inside Megatron's mind, Bumblebee is able to get the information that he needs to cure Optimus. Even before that, Megatron discovered that he's not really there. He's in his mind. From there, it was kind of funny though, but from there, Megatron's psyche jumps with Bumblebee and pretty much enters into Bumblebee's mind. Okay, so that's where that episode pretty much leads off to. And that is where that cliffhanger leaves off into episode 14 called Out of His Head. Bumblebee begins to experience visions of Megatron in this episode, causing him to stop. It caused him to do a lot of crazy things, like he was playing a basketball game with Bulkhead, and he pretty much just stops dead, like really, and pretty much Megatron starts to take over Bumblebee's mind. Megatron forces him to even crush like a lot of Ratchet's device and stuff, and Bumblebee tells Ratchet about the visions, and Ratchet induces a power to basically give power down so Bumblebee's mind has time to recover. Bumblebee is reactivates under the control of Megatron, and pretty much that's where we find him. We also in that process, we also find that he retrieves a piece of dark energon and uses it. Ratchet and Raph basically try to stop Bumblebee, and for one point, Bumblebee even actually resists control for Megatron. Unfortunately, Bumblebee had to make a choice: bring Megatron back online, or basically to just have two minds in his head. They pretty much brought Megatron back online, transferred his mind back into his body, free from Megatron's influence, of course. They retreat. And Raph played a big part in this episode. He really did. He helped Bumblebee, and that's how the episode ended, with him pretty much basically, Bumblebee helping with Bumblebee. Okay, so we move on to episode 15 called Shadow Zone. Starscream uses Dark Energon to gain power. He actually resurrects the Decepticon Skyquake, but the Autobots get basically find that massive Energon signal, and they assume it's Megatron back up from lost time. They ground bridge location, and they found out that and from there also Miko, as always, mischievous as she is, basically follows them. And Miko wants to take a picture of what she was calling zombie robots. She drops her phone in between the ground bridge and back at base, excuse me. And the Autobots attack Starscream. Actually, Optimus even blows off Starscream's right arm, which basically results in Skyquake is not resurrected. And basically, Starscream calls for an emergency ground bridge back. The Autobots find the children, of course, and they call for a ground bridge. However, both ground bridges for the Decepticons and the Autobots open up, and they don't know which one to jump through. And they do jump through. However, the kids go through. The children that phase through Shadow Zone, pretty much the name of the title, dimension, where they can't be seen by the Autobots. They're like in between dimensions, and they encounter Skyquake, who is also out of phase, but he's also like a zombie. So it's kind of like Night of the Living Dead meets Transformers, and they're being chased by the zombie Skyquake. From there, they're also able, but they're also to communicate with the team. Miko text messages the gang with Jack's phone, and the kids are able to get through. From there, it's kind of also funny because they're also being chased by Starscream's arm in there, and they use Starscream's arm to shoot Skyquake with a missile, and pretty much basically leaving Skyquake unfunctioned. The kids are able to return back home, and we also see Skyquake in the end with Starscream's arm trying to put it back on, and he just throws it down, and pretty much that's how it ends. So those 3 episodes really were cool. It's really cool to see Megatron back online and being Megatron. But I forgot to leave out, when he was back online, guys, he gave Starscream such a whooping. It was crazy, but it was still fun to see. But we move on. I'll be moving on to the next episode, which aired this Saturday, episode 16, but they kind of consider it episode 11, but it's actually episode 16, called Operation Breakdown. So I'll be right back with that, guys, so stay tuned.